Well, I thought I would update you on what I've been up to. Not that you would probably care. Well, I'll just pretend you care. What have I been up to? Well, I haven't been out on the boat much because the weather has been a bit rough, and you'll have to excuse the door. I'm actually inside my shed in the boat, and you can hear the door rattling occasionally because that is because of the wind. Tomorrow it's going to get worse. But however, I've used these adverse conditions because I wanted to work out the fuel consumption of this boat. So it was no good working out the fuel consumption when the ocean was dead flat, because it gets a bit of a chop. I'm going to use more fuel than I thought I would use. So I thought the best idea was to get out in fairly rough conditions, work out what my fuel consumption was, and then it should be pretty right any other time. I've worked out that half a litre of fuel will get me 1 nautical mile. So therefore I can work out any route I'm going to take later on. If you want me to outline how I work that out, I can make a video on that. If you want to, just let me know in the comments. Okay, what have I been up to? Well, I've painted the wheels of my trailer. I've painted them flat black. It was very difficult cleaning the rims. They was very hard to get in there to all the spots and clean all the old paint and rust off. So my number one son is a car refinisher. That, in layman's terms, it means he painted cars. So I got onto him and said, oh, how do you clean the rims for wheels? And he came back, because he lives over the other side of Australia, and he came back and said, well, it's a very time-consuming job. I thought, thank you, buddy. You're not telling me anything I didn't already know. But basically what I was doing was all you can do. It just takes a long time to get them cleaned up. So a product he did put me onto before is called Penetrol. Now, I'm not sponsored by Penetrol. I've only got 6 subscribers, so I don't think anybody's going to give me any money for promoting their goods. But Penetrol, it's anti-rust, and it smooths out the finish. Like I rubbed out, or didn't rub, I used a power wire brush on the trailer, and of course it leaves all little scratch marks, the same as sanding does. This Penetrol, not only is it a rust preventative, but also it smooths out any scratches in the steel. And I hate painting, so I was just there with a brush, slap, slap, slap. And I was quite surprised how good the finish came up. And I've used this on the wheel rims as well, because it's very hard to get all of the rust out of all the little nooks and crannies on a wheel rim. So yeah, it's a good product. So that's my number one son. We quite often get back and forwards between things, help each other out with programs we're doing. Now for my number 2 son. Well, my number 2 son thought he could drift through life as a tadpole. Couldn't even be bothered fertilizing an egg. So nothing really came of him at all. But let's continue. What else have I been up to? So I've worked out the fuel. Did a little clean, time-consuming Penetrol. Use it on the trailer. Done that bit. Now the table. Obviously got a list. I have a list for everything. I go down the shop for 3 things. I need a list. Otherwise I'll come back with 3 things, but completely 3 different items for what I went down there for. I made up this table which I've had on the front of the boat. It's got holes in there for drink coasters. Drink holders. I made it out of a umbrella stand, so the umbrella goes in there. And I had the bottom of an umbrella stand on there, but of course it's very heavy. I needed my hoist to actually put it into the boat. So I've made up a little stand for it. That'll weld onto the bottom, and this will bolt onto the false deck that I made for the boat. You can see my video on the false deck if you look at my videos and pick the one that says false deck. Right, so that's about, oh, I have made you can't see it very well from there, this handle. When you're on the rib and you're riding as a passenger, you're sitting on the tubes. If you're sitting with your bum right on the tube, it gets a bit sore after a while. This enables you to move back on the tube, and it works something like a trapeze for with sailing boats. It's not really a trapeze, you're just holding onto that and hanging out the side of the boat like you've got a trapeze. I think that, yeah, I think that covers it. So yeah, I've got to put one on the other side, so when you're riding the boat you can actually just lean back out of the side of the boat, move your bum a bit further out on the tube so you're taking most of the weight on your legs, and it helps you going through the water. Later on in this video, well, I'm just about finished this section. Another thing I've done is, I'm using it right now, I've installed a camera mounting on my boat. This has enabled me to put my good camera on the boat rather than the one I've been using on a selfie stick. It also has a microphone. The other one picked up all the noise from the engine, all the noise from the waves. Scrapped about 20 videos because I just couldn't do a video without getting too much noise in it. But now I've got this set up on the boat with this good camera, and I should be able to do more videos on the boat. We'll be able to do videos on the boat. I haven't really done many at all. So looking forward to that, doing some great boat videos. Now this part of the video I'm just going to leave you for now. And another job I was doing, I've got a light here, and I want to mount that up on the bimini. So somehow I've got to make that so it shines down for night fishing. I've only been out night fishing once, but I need to make up a light to shine on the deck. So that's one of my jobs, to get that light mounted. But anyway, coming up now is in fact tomorrow, because tomorrow, as I said, the wind is wild and woolly. And tomorrow we'll be going down to Fremantle. I'm going down there to pick up some gear I saw when I was doing some Christmas shopping. I didn't want to do shopping for myself, so I had this packed. I would go shopping, I would only buy Christmas presents for people, I would not buy anything for myself. So now I've got to drive, it's only about 20-30 kilometres down to Fremantle, and to buy something that I should have already bought when I was down there. But anyway, down there we're going to go out to the entrance of the harbour. There's supposed to be 3-metre waves, and I want to get out there and just have a look, see if there's any boats coming in. Should be a wild ride for them, and I'll take my video camera with me and I'll share this experience with you. So the next scene, I will be down Fremantle. So I'll catch you then. Well, here I am sitting at my desk. The end of this video didn't go as planned. I planned to pick up my young friend A-Dog, where we're going to go down to a store where I thought I'd seen some gear that I wanted, and then we were going on to the entrance to the harbour because they had forecast 3-metre waves. I got to A-Dog's place and he was as sick as A-Dog, so he could come with me. So headed off down to a store in the harbour where I thought I saw the gear that I needed, but unfortunately they didn't have it. I had the wrong store. So that's number 2 thing that goes wrong for me that day. No worries, I won't disappoint the people. I will go down to the harbour with my camera and take some videos of some boats coming in and out.
Now the waves were supposed to be 3 metre, or the swell was supposed to be 3 metres. It wasn't, about 1.5 metres I'd say. Still fairly choppy. There was a small boat heading towards the harbour exit. I thought I'd get out my camera and take a video of it. Turned my camera on. Up on the screen was a sign that said no card. So without a memory card I couldn't record the boat going out of the harbour. So that was the end of that. Now I have a really good excuse for not having a card in the camera, and as soon as I can think of it I'll let you know. But so this is the end of the video. Unfortunately I didn't, as I said, didn't end as I wanted, but I hope the next video works out a little bit better. So until then, bye for now.